center of your brain, and it's interpreting that as that's what that is, and that is outside of myself. That's how it's interpreting it. Sounds are the same way. It takes time for sound waves and light waves to reach your senses and to your ears or your eyes, and for those signals to be transferred through synaptic pathways to your brain and be interpreted. Everything you perceive is an interpretation of your energy around you. And the illusion is, because that's happening, you perceive in the physical environment that energy is somehow outside of yourself. It is all within. And your brain, again, is not touching the outside world. Your body touches something with your physical senses of touch. You may touch a hot skillet and instantly pull away from it. And you didn't even feel the heat. It happened instantaneously. And the reason why is because that's an autonomic function of your nerves. That signal actually did not travel up to your brain yet. When something like that happens and you pull away before you even realize it's hot, it's because you sensed it physically, that it traveled up to a certain amount, a certain distance on your nerves, and then bounced back down to pull you away. And that's an evolutionary function to help us so that we can avoid serious injury in this life. But because you didn't feel it, that's because it didn't come to your brain. But everything you do feel, I'm touching the windowsill of my window right now, and I feel it. I feel the paint, I feel the texture. But am I feeling it as I actually touch it? No. There's time when those sensations are traveling up through my nerves, through the synapses of my body, into my brain, and being interpreted of what I feel. Now the truth is, I don't know what this really feels like. You don't know what it really feels like either. All you feel and know is an interpretation of the energy around you. Now that's something you really need to contemplate and to bring to your understanding and your beliefs. That what you see, I'm not saying what you see is not real. I'm saying what you see around you is not what you understand it to be. And that's the nature of the physical senses. Your reality is much more vast than what you perceive and what you see it as. And as soon as you change that view and thoroughly understand it, you cannot manipulate what you don't understand. Okay, I'm going to tell you something that happened to me that really brought this concept to home. I had been trying to have a lucid dream. Desiring to have a lucid dream. Now, a lucid dream, if you are not familiar with that, it is the state of dreaming where you become consciously aware that, wait, this is a dream. This is not physical reality. I'm having a dream. And as soon as you become aware that you're having a dream, you begin to be able to manifest your desires almost instantaneously within that dream. I wanted to have this experience in my life. I hadn't had it. And because I had been for about 6 to 9 months desiring to have it, it was, as I told you, continuously out of my reach. So I worked with a sigil, as I had illustrated in one of my other videos. I did that. I raised energy. I did everything that I had learned about magical practices so that I can manifest that in my reality. And then I forgot about it. I threw it out. I started into the universe. I focused on other things. And that's how I got up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, as some of us do in the middle of the night. I laid back down in my bed, and because I was still in this groggy state, as I closed my eyes, I started to see things. I started to see a beautiful field. It was gorgeous. It had bright green glass that actually had grass, that actually had a luminescence about it that seemed to come from the inside of it. It was the most vivid reality that started to just manifest right before my eyes. In fact, it was so real that I thought my eyes were opened. But I was still in a conscious, semi-conscious state where I realized my eyes are not opened. My eyes are closed and I'm seeing this. And it was brighter, more vivid than any dream that I had ever had. Because with these dreams, when you dream at night, you tend to recall them in the morning, if you do even recall them at all. And things kind of seem hazy and groggy because that's not your reality, your present reality. You're remembering something. And but I'll guarantee you, while you are actually dreaming, it is very real to you in your dreams. And I looked down at myself immediately while I was aware. I became aware this is happening right now. I'm having a lucid dream. And I looked down at my hands, and I clenched my fist, and I felt my hands. I felt them. I looked down at the grass, and I ran my hand over the tips of the grass, and I felt them. They were not some kind of mysterious, invisible, touchless thing. It was very real as if I was in a field and touching grass. And I looked off to the far corner of the field, and I saw a house, a beautiful house. And I walked over to the field, to the house, and I saw a picnic table. I saw people I did not even know, and they were having a picnic. And then I said, you know what, this is all happening and I'm not making it happen. So since I'm lucid dreaming, now I'm going to try to manifest things. And I envisioned a dog that I had when I was a boy named Chipper, a black and white sheepdog that we had. And I envisioned him coming out of the front door of that house and running out towards the picnic table. And I saw him. As soon as I focused my attention, there it was. And it came, and it was my reality. That's much of what's going to happen when you cross over to the astral realm after your physical life. You're going to return to a state that is like that. So remember that you are creating it. Don't forget that, okay? And you'll have an easier transition when you get to the other side. But I know that's true because I've experienced it. I've only experienced it once. And after that happened and I had a taste of what that lucid dreaming is like, I wanted it so bad again that I threw myself back into the state of desiring, which put it continuously out of my reach. And so I fell back again. You know, your beliefs reflect your reality. So that's something I wanted to tell you. But where was that happening? Where were my hands? My physical hands were laying in the bed alongside of my body. That's where they were. Well, what was it that I thought of as my hands in that dream? Was it physical? Where was it taking place? It was taking place in my mind. It's just as real as what I'm doing right now. So think about that. Is what you're doing right now actually happening? Or is it something you're creating within your mind? I saw a beautiful field. It was beautiful. I saw a house. Where was that taking place? It was taking place within here. It was a three-dimensional reality that I was creating within my mind that I felt was reality. But as I woke up from that dream and brought myself out of it, I started to think about the ramifications of what just happened to me.